And that's why Shakur Stevenson is respected. Ladies and gentlemen, Shakur Stevenson debunk the smear campaign of Teofimo Lopez was never undisputed. Check out his recent interview with Ariel.
With this much accolades and become the best. He was undisputed at 135, which they say he wasn't, but I know he was. Which they say he wasn't, but I know he was.
Which they say he wasn't, but I know he was.
Say it for the slow ones. Ladies and gentlemen, see, Shakur Stevenson is real. And I know there's people out there that's trying to shame Teofimo Lopez throughout the years. No, he's not. No, he's not. He was supposed to fight Devin Haney with the WBC belt, in which we understand that Devin Haney was elevated at that time, right? Folks, stop being fake. See, Shakur Stevenson is real, and he could actually say the same thing y'all been saying, but he's not. He's a real one. He's not fake in the sense we all know what we witnessed. Ladies and gentlemen, Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko. Vasily Lomachenko at the time was the number 2. It was 3 belts that Vasily Lomachenko had and got elevated with the WBC franchise. I understand the WBC franchise was a stupid move, right, by the WBC, but we understand that the WBC said that they elevation. Leading up to the fight, the WBC also said that the WBC franchise title status is put above any status in the WBC franchise, right? We understand that was undisputed. ESPN, Top Rank, everybody understand that. And we understand when in the 140-pound division, when he faced Josh Taylor was the undefeated, undisputed, reigning junior welterweight champion and vacated his belt because he didn't want to pay no damn sanctioning fees. That's 12%. Just like Bud Crawford ain't want to pay for the sanctioning fee. But we ain't going to say that Bud Crawford is not a 3-division undisputed world champion. But if y'all want to play that game, then we're going to discredit everybody. What? Because this other Usyk vacated one of his world titles. He's not really undisputed. Come on, let's stop mind effing ourselves in the sport of boxing. Let's give credit what credit is due, especially when we stress fighters to dare to be great. We're not going to stress fighters to dare to be great. Then when they dare to be great and actually attain that status of being great, then we take it away from them. Oh, we want to see the best fight in the best. We want to see Vasily Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. And then we're going to shame Teofimo Lopez once he does what we want him to do and want these fighters to do is dare to be great. We want to take their greatness away. This is what we did in this community. And that's why that was effed up by this community to take that away from him. He's daring to be great. Remember at the time, we want to see Gervonta Tank Davis versus Vasily Lomachenko, and Mayweather Promotions don't want to put Tank versus Lomachenko. And then Teofimo Lopez did his dirty work. But when he did his dirty work, we took away his prestige accomplishment by the age of 23 becoming a lightweight undisputed. Just like as a collective unit community that's saying, the WBC is effed up. It doesn't matter. We seen Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez. He became a 3-division undisputed world champion, right? But he didn't pay for the belt fee. He didn't pay for the sanctioning fee. So is that really his? Did he really win? Where's his belt? He didn't pay for the belt. So he didn't get the belt. But we all know the truth that Bud Crawford is the 3-division undisputed world champion. We all know the truth that it wasn't for the politics of the sport of boxing. The reason why Teofimo Lopez is a 2-time millennial is because he beat the undisputed in Josh Taylor. He became undisputed in the lightweight division. Why take it away from him when we stressing these fighters to dare to be great? As a matter of fact, the way that we stressing these fighters, we sending mixed signals out there, folks. Regardless if you hate or a fan of Teofimo Lopez, keep it real. Teofimo Lopez should have been recognized in the books as the youngest lightweight undisputed world champion. Doesn't take away from anything else. You got to give credit to Camboso, and you got to give credit to Devin Haney for beating Camboso, and you got to give credit to the Vasily to Naoya Inoue becoming the 2-division undisputed world champion, and under the Usyk becoming the 2-division world champion. But the way that the boxing world, especially in North America, snubbed Teofimo Lopez by playing semantics and playing like we didn't witness what we witnessed, that's what's wrong. Let's call out the truth like Shakur Stevenson did. See, Shakur Stevenson knows he's stepping inside the ring. Just like he said in the interview with Rick Reno and Teofimo Lopez in the Ring magazine. He said, you know you're the man. You beat the kings. The reason why Teofimo Lopez got a chip on his shoulder, not only because it's just self-soothing for him to dare to keep on daring to be great and pursuing to be great, it's because every time he did something great, you take that greatness away from him. Y'all creating a monster. And you're going to see a monster January 31st when Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, defeats Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur Stevenson, I've said it a million times, that when the smoke clears, it was going to be Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. And I think that Shakur Stevenson will be undefeated. I already had even Gervonta Tank Davis in the mix back then, but I already knew that Gervonta Tank Davis just doesn't want it. I think if he wants it, if he really truly want to compete, he'll give these guys a run for their money, right? But I said when the smoke clears, it's going to be Teo versus Shakur. I say the only person that could beat Shakur is Teofimo Lopez. And when Teofimo Lopez, physical ability, and intellect is coexisting at the highest level, I don't think nobody could beat him in the division that he campaigned in. Don't let your hate mind F your assessment what could happen, or just your assessment of these great fighters. Not having Teofimo Lopez on the pound for pound list, when he's probably the only fighter in the past 30 to 40 years to face 3 fighters in the pound for pound list in their prime at the time that he fought them. Yeah, Lomachenko, Josh Taylor going to be Shakur Stevenson January 31st. Hopefully they all come in healthy. But shout out to Shakur Stevenson, because he could easily be saying the same thing that a lot of these people be saying. No, I mean, Teofimo Lopez should be undisputed, but he's not undisputed. If you know that he should, you know why he should be recognized. So let's recognize him. Let's put power in our voices. Let's put power in our voices. Stop playing semantics. Stop trying to win debates. Stop trying to have these fake-ass dialogues. Teofimo Lopez should be recognized as the first 2-division undisputed world champion of this era by the age of 25. The reason why he got the 2-time lineal. He's a 2-time lineal, but should be 2-time undisputed. Let's keep it real like Shakur Stevenson is keeping it real. Y'all already know this is Punch Wrong Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.